Welcome to my show. This is a reading about Chris Cuomo, the former reporter of CNN. So as you can know, he has been fired from CNN because of the allegation that he was helping out his brother, and there was a problem ethically in his reporting during the COVID period. And since then, he's on NewsNation, another media platform who claims to be objective, neither left nor right. And he himself went through some sort of transformation, and he himself is claiming to be objective and independent. And so let's get into him and let's discuss what's going on with him. He's a pretty interesting figure, and so let's start with his personal life, okay? So he also runs his own podcast on YouTube, the Chris Cuomo Project. So in his recent interviews that he did with a comedian who is a gay comedian, I don't, Rainbow something, and Chris was wearing a very short outfit, like short, and it was, for me, it was not really something appropriate to wear while you are interviewing someone gay. And it's like I started thinking maybe he himself has some sort of tendencies. So, but he has a wife and 3 kids, so it's like why are you wearing shorts, such a and he was like, all his legs were all out, and he was sitting like that, and for me it was not comfortable to watch, especially when the interviewee is a gay male. So let's start with the question: is Chris Cuomo gay? Knight of Wands. So as you can see, I have a male figure, okay? And this knight is trying to get a control over this horse, which means that, and his face is covered. This is giving me the vibe that Chris has some sort of tendencies, some sort of attraction towards males, but he's trying to get a control over his tendencies, and he's trying to cover those up, okay? So he is probably undercover gay or bisexual, and he's trying to control his urges and his attraction, okay, and cover them up. So is he bisexual? I think this is something that he has never tried. He has never done this, to be with a man. But this is something that he has thought about, He's looking at this ship, which is far away, and he's thinking about it. We have 3 wands: man, woman, bisexual, both, 3 ways to go. And he has never tried it, but this is something that he has always wondered. As I said before, he has some secret attraction towards man, but he's trying to get a control over it, okay? And he's trying to cover it. Why did he decide to wear such shorts while he was interviewing the gay comedian? Because he was trying to kind of show how macho he is and all that. He was trying too hard, okay? Let's say it like this. He was trying too hard to show how macho he is, and he didn't think how it would be perceived in the eye of the public who was watching this interview. Okay? Now, what's going on with his wife? Is he happy in his marriage? Yes, he is happy. He loves his wife, okay? Definitely he is happy. Or at least trying to be happy. Or trying to portray himself as happy. Because he's holding this cup, but he doesn't seem like super happy. Like he's trying to kind of carry this facade of happiness. But maybe underneath he's not super happy, but he's trying to keep this facade that he's happy in a happy relationship, okay? Please clarify this. Is he happy in his relationship with his wife? I think they have had some sort of problems, some sort of serious, transformation in their relationship. They have gone through some sort of serious transformation within this relationship for the sake of the children. We have the page. This is indicative of their children, and for the sake of the children, they are trying to kind of look at the good side of their marriage rather than to fixate on the bad elements of it. So they are trying to sweep the bad part of their marriage under the carpet and not to concentrate on it, but they do have problems. They have went through some problems, but they're trying to see the light in their marriage and see that they have children to take care of and they have some sort of responsibility towards them. So they're trying to overlook the bad elements of their marriage. So what kind of... Oh my goodness. Sorry, wait. So let's see. So is he genuinely happy with his wife? Oh my goodness. So as I said, he is, the wife is not happy because we have he's afraid that she's not happy. He himself is trying to portray himself as happy, but he's afraid that she's not happy and that she's trying to be there for him, to support him. But he's afraid that when nobody is looking at her, she actually is not happy in this marriage. So why does he think this way? Because he is a very self-reflective person, okay? And he's looking within, he's looking, I'm not perfect, and maybe she's not happy with me, and he's trying to kind of look within on what's wrong with him, okay? So he's pretty much blaming himself, and he's afraid that he's the reason that she's not happy, or he thinks that she's not happy. But is he himself happy? Well, I think, as we discussed before, he has secrets that he's hiding. The devil wants to come out from him. The devil wants to come out of him, and probably he's hiding, that he is attracted to men also. And, despite his efforts to hide his urges and to put a facade that he's happy, actually, he feels like he's not his true self, okay? He's doing much of reflecting. So he knows what he wants, and he knows how he actually feels. But when people look at him and they're married, they think they are happy from the outside, but it's not actually how he feels, okay? So it's like much of cover up is going on, covering things up, sweeping things under the carpet for the sake of the kids. That's what I'm getting. Is Chris's wife happy with him? Well, she thinks that I have been with Chris, maybe they have been together for a long time, because he said that he proposed after 9/11. So she thinks we have been together so many years, and she doesn't want to give up because she put some serious effort in it. But she doesn't seem like she's super happy, but she seems like she is having a hard time to give up on something that she put so much effort and time in it, okay? So, does she suspect that Chris is bisexual? Allegedly. She is ignoring it, okay? Like, we have 2 of wands. So she suspects that he could be bisexual, but she's turning her back to these thoughts because she's trying to ignore it. She's trying to not to think about it, okay? That's what I'm getting. So it's, again, much of covering things up, much of secrets, embellishing things, So let's see, what should we expect for their marriage? Wow, so they will continue to be together. Definitely they will continue to be together because Chris wants to make it happen. Chris wants things to be good between them, and he will not give up on it, okay? So he has all the power that is needed to keep this relationship and this marriage going. So let's move to another topic. Let's see, how is Chris feeling about Don Lemon? He's his previous friend. They have been together on CNN, but recently they have been disconnected. So how is Chris feeling about Don Lemon? So they have some sort of competition going on between them, okay? Chris said on PBD podcast that he thinks that Don Lemon is trying to be provocative in order to gain followers, So it was indicative that there is some sort of competition going on. So are they friends or not? No, they are no longer friends. We have the snake. So they do not trust each other anymore. They are no longer friends. They feel betrayed by each other. Okay. How does Don Lemon perceive? Oh my goodness. So Don Lemon perceives of Chris as someone that is confused, that cannot decide on which way to go. You know, how does Chris perceive of Don? So we have here the star and the reality. These cups are pouring down, which means that he used to like him, he used to see him as an ideal, but he has been disappointed by him. Okay, these cups pouring down means that Chris was disappointed by Don, as opposed to how he used to think of him. He used to think of him highly, but Don disappointed him. Is Chris attracted to Don Lemon? Yes, I do see attraction. I do see that Chris was attracted to Don Lemon when they were together. He felt like they had a great chemistry going on, okay? Will they renew their friendship? No, they will not. There is too much of animosity and competition between them, and they will not renew their friendship. What does Chris think of Trump's win? Wow. Actually, he's happy. He's pretty happy about the fact that Trump won. Okay. What should we expect for Christie's career in the near future? Wow, the Emperor. His career will move forward in a good way. Like, for real. He will be on the top and everybody will be discussing him, and he will improve. He will improve. Does he have a regret of how he handled the COVID issue while he was on CNN? So we have definitely regret, okay? Definitely we have regret. And definitely he thinks that he kind of deserved to be fired. He was not fired because of his reporting of COVID, but in any case, he thinks that the karma that he received, that he was fired because of another reason, but eventually he was fired. He thinks that it is because of the karma, that how he was handling the COVID issue, but he definitely has a regret about it. Okay, so this is what I'm getting. So I do see that his future in his career will be pretty good. Well, thanks for watching and see you in my next one.